Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nazatul Aqilah with Sutrisno. I would like to present about digitalization empowerment in most tourism, a potential and current practice. Let me introduce my group member, Dr. Siti Sarah binti Ibrahim, Puan Mas Rahayati binti Kamaruzaman. We are from the University Technology Malang. This is table of content in our study. So I will start with the background of the study and the end with the conclusion and recommendation. In introduction, tourism industry, also known as the travel industry, is linked to the idea of people traveling to other locations, either domestically or internationally. Nowadays, tourism sector also known as a giant industry, considering this industry make a high contribution to the global economy, especially in generating economic. Most commonly serve as a location for prayer or any act of worship that follow the Islamic rule. The increase in the number of Muslims today has further increased the construction of most institutions around the world. In specific to Islamic tourism in Malaysia, most are currently gaining their spotlight as tourist attraction in the tourism industry. In Malaysia, the unique architecture of the Sutrisno Mosque, Putra Mosque, Crystal Mosque and many more were set to attract the attention of global tourists and contribute to the glory of this industry. However, less attraction make the positioning of most tourism in Malaysia still at a lower level following to the several issues of management that affect the development of the mosque as a tourism attraction. Digitalization is seen as one of the alternatives to improve the position, strategy and the management mosque to be more efficient in the tourism industry in line with the SDG 9, 11 and 16 to promote regeneration and preserve cultural heritage to sustain city and communities, also strengthen the institution of the mosque as a peaceful place for community gathering. Therefore, this study will explore to attribute the digitalization empowerment today, the positioning and management of most tourism in Malaysia. This is done by discussing the potential role of digitalization in most tourism and highlight several current practice through an early observation as a pilot to this study. In the literature review, there has a few terminologies that's very important in our study. First is most tourism, second is positioning, third is management, fourth is digitalization, and five is empowerment. The digital transformational pyramid. Pyramid model provides context for all commercial marketing data, digital and technology activity, and investment considerations and allow industry to map their journey over a period of time with which the industry feels most suitable. They have three layers of business digital transformational pyramid. The first is business strategy. When define the business strategy to digital environment, industry need to evaluate opportunity and impact as well as potential threat of technology-enabled business models such as platform business and marketplace, ownership model evaluations, value-add service through digital technology and database product. At the second layer, about corporate executions. Execution work in fact in two directions. First, inside the company, and second is outside the company. With the three blocks of executions, first is corporate operating model, second is operating model operation, and third, go to the market approach. Deriving to each the block require a specific deep dive since each of the three building blocks is actually made of further elements and every of them requires special attention when developing a digital transformation initiative. At the last level, or the third level, is enabling the technology. Technology is drive change on each level of the pyramid and being able to identify the impact of the technology on each level of the pyramid is a key strategy industry capability, and it is important to identify business change in the market driven by the technology and to define the strategy response. So we go to methodology. We have used the qualitative method by primary data. In the cluster sampling, observations have been carried out on several databases through previous study. Then some of the most listed have been divided into the three areas: rural, heritage, and urban. This is based on the criteria and geographical. The second is convenience sampling. In the selection of the most to be visited, researchers will look at the ability before do visit. For example, the ability of the most can be visited or allowed to enter at that time. Then, after visiting the site, we do a purposive sampling, which is only most with the sufficient criteria will be selected for the study finding. As a result of this observation, 5 most have been selected: Masjid Melayu, Masjid Putra, Masjid Negara, Masjid Tuanku Mizan, and Masjid Kampung Kering. This is our research finding, which is at the Masjid Melayu, Perak. We have seen they have implemented the digitalization by QR code. So, by using the QR code, you can direct to the donations, you can direct to the historical of mosque, and you also can pay the zakat or donation by the booth. The second is Masjid Negara Kuala Lumpur. They also have used QR code and website ad, which is TripAdvisor. And then the third is Masjid Putra in Putrajaya. They also have QR code, YouTube, and Wi-Fi. In Masjid Tuanku Mizan, they have also used the QR code, digital info board. And the last is Masjid Kampung Kering. They also use the QR code, Facebook, and website as the digitalizations. So, in the conclusion recommendations, the heritage, history, and uniqueness of mosque construction in Malaysia has led to attracting tourists to visit. The potential digitalization application in tourism industry, the main demand of globalization is the existence of fast, accurate, and reliable information. The modern development of tourism is taking place in a digital economy. QR code can be accepted easily upon request by user, who example by sejahtera, donation, and zakat. And then the website is one of the easy platform for tourists to get the travel information they need. And then the last is internet, known as the Internet of Things, IoT, as a management tool. Besides, it is easily applied in daily life. In the conclusion, the empowerment of digitalization in managing the development of mosques is highly prioritized as it saves time and cost. Management will also be more systematic and more advanced, not to be left behind where everyone has the same information at a time. For future study can further diversify effort in improving and sustaining the position and management of mosques in line with the SDG agenda with KEGA 15 on Malaysia Truly Asia. Terima kasih.